what's up? Check out this blunt and honest review from the Jock and Nerd Podcast. That's us. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the rug boy.
What's up, guys?
Jock and Nerd. All right, fellas, let's get to this week's review. We are looking at the sequel, reboot, whatever you want to call it, The Naked Gun. Here's your spoiler alerts.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
I guess you would call this a legacy sequel to the original Naked Gun franchise, which consists of The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad, came out in 1988, Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear from 1991, Naked Gun 33 1/3, The Final Insult from 1994. All of those movies based on a TV show called Police Squad that aired in 1982 on ABC. Only had 6 episodes. It was canceled after 6 episodes. And the creative team went on and turned it into a movie. And of course, all of this created by fantastic comedy team of David Zucker, Jim Abrams, and Jerry Zucker. Often referenced as Zaz, the Zaz team. Zucker, Abrams, Zucker. On Rotten Tomatoes currently, The Naked Gun is sitting at 90% tomato meter. Critics, 90%. What happened, Rux?
No.
You're reacting to the 90%?
Yeah.
I thought something happened.
Like a faulty Rotten Tomato review.
Maybe the audience score here, 76%.
That sounds
a little bit more likely. This movie was made for $42 million, so it's a comedy. It's low budget. Opening weekend, it opens at number 3, actually, behind Fantastic Four. The Bad Guys 2 opened higher. I didn't even know there was a Bad Guys 1, to be honest. A $17 million domestic opening.
Wow, that's a really low box office for the whole. Nothing made a lot of money at all. 38 was what
Fantastic Four made 38. The Bad Guys 2 was at like 22 million. This was at 17, and then it was then it was Superman, Jurassic World. International makes another 11 million, so right now it's sitting worldwide total $28 million. This one directed by Akiva Schaffer, who you may know from the Lonely Island Boys. He also wrote Pop Star, Never Stopping.
That was actually
This is a pretty funny movie. I will agree that's a great pop star spoof movie. But Akiva Schaffer also co-wrote this movie with Dan Greger, Doug Mand, and it is produced by Seth MacFarlane. It is important to mention because you see a lot of Seth MacFarlane in this movie, starring, of course, Liam Neeson, a 73-year-old Liam Neeson. It's Frank Drebin Jr., paired with a 58-year-old, I believe, Pamela Anderson. It's Beth Davenport.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Paul Walter Hauser also in this. Danny Houston playing a bad guy as he does. Kevin Durant, not the basketball player, playing another bad guy. And some other people. You got Cody Rhodes, wrestler. He's a wrestler, right? And cameo.
Yeah,
he's a wrestler. Cameo, but Busta Rhymes. Real short movie, PG-13, only 1 hour, 25 minutes, the exact same length as the original Naked Gun from 1988. Anthony, I know you're a little horsey. Give us the plot synopsis. What happens in The Naked Gun?
A plot synopsis is the son of Frank Drebin Jr., is investigating a potential suicide and realizes through the sister of the victim, played by Pamela Anderson, that the suicide is connected to a larger crime thing that he previously busted, which was a bank robbery. And now Frank Drebin is caught up in investigating all of these crimes, their connections, and stopping a cataclysmic event for the world.
Well, they're going to shut down Police Squad, which they threatened to do.
I think they, yes,
among other things. So I just do want to mention, like, the trio here of Liam Neeson, Pam Anderson, and Paul Walter Hauser are replacing, of course, the great Leslie Nielsen, Priscilla Presley as in the female role, and George Kennedy is Captain Ed, who plays Paul Walter Hauser's father. So that's just the dynamic and the trio. Now, Anthony, let's start with you. Give me your audience theater experience of anything noteworthy, and what did you think coming out of this?
Yeah, I saw this on a Sunday afternoon after drinking heavily for 3 days in a row.
Fantastic.
Because I had some friends in town. So I was a little tired. I'll have to say that. But I intentionally saw, Alamo wasn't showing it.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go to an AMC.
I'm sorry.
Close to me that was previously an ArcLight.
Foot Locker? Oh, an ArcLight. Oh, the ArcLight was a nice theater too.
Yeah, so it was a nice theater, smaller audience, smaller crowd. When I bought the ticket, it was one of like the only tickets left. I would say the theater probably held 70 people, and it was probably 85% full.
Damn. All right.
Had a good crowd in there. They were ready to laugh. And what am I doing? Am I doing anything else? Talking about anything else?
Opening thoughts. What'd you think?
Opening thoughts. Yeah. So I was dubious about going to see this movie, not because I don't enjoy the Naked Guns. I think I've only actually seen Naked Gun 3.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever sat down for the first two. I get them all confused. Yeah. I remember Naked Gun 3 being on my black box very often. Okay. So I always thought they were funny, but I've never revisited these movies as an adult. Okay. So, these types of comedies aren't, I don't follow, for example, the scary movies, all those spinoffs. I didn't really care for any of that stuff.
The spoof stuff.
The only reason I saw this is because you wanted me to go see it. But I did see good reviews, and a lot of reviewers that I like were enthusiastic about the movie. So I was ready to laugh. And I'll start off by saying I appreciate their commitment to making a joke or some sort of innuendo or some sort of visual gag legitimately every 10 seconds. Yeah. I think that's a real commitment to the genre. Yep. And I'm happy that they were able to do that. I laughed. I wouldn't say I laughed hysterically, but I laughed at some stuff. I thought some stuff was pretty clever. There were some jokes that made me chuckle. My audience had a good time with it. So I think that helps, is seeing it with an audience that's ready to see it. Overall, I liked it. Okay. I did enjoy myself at the movie theater. I also liked it because of the fact that it mimicked, I think it held up in terms of what Naked Gun is. Yeah. I don't think it'll ever held up to Leslie Nielsen. Yeah. He's much more of a face of comedy than Liam Neeson, but I thought Liam Neeson did a good job. And I more appreciated that I could go to a movie theater this summer and see something like this. Yeah. And, the weeks prior, see Fantastic Four and Superman, and then next week see something like Weapons. Yeah. So I'm happy that there's this diversity now in the movie theaters that perhaps we weren't really getting for a bit. So overall, I liked it. I wouldn't say I was over the moon about it. I don't know if these types of movies are really my style of comedy, but again, I appreciated the commitment to the gag.
Yeah, the theatrical release with this is interesting because I think originally they were going to do it for streaming, and then they pivoted and fuck it.
I think these types of movies, comedies in general, if you have a good comedy, you got to put it in the theater. There's nothing like being in a theater with I bet if you guys were in my movie theater, because I listened to both of your reviews, you probably would have laughed more. Just because of the infection of everyone else laughing at things. Like at the end
I had someone laughing. It was one person.
I know you had one person laughing. I mean, at the end of the theater, we had people clapping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So. Okay, Ruggs, theater experience, opening thoughts.
I think there was maybe 20 people or something like that in the theater. One lady just laughed at every single thing that happened. Yeah. And I'm like, it's not even that funny. Someone's giving him a coffee. Calm down.
Not funny.
Okay, we get it. It's a sight gag. We get it. Yeah. We've seen it. You still laughing 10 minutes into the thing. I'm like, so look, they don't make these things rated R. A lot of these movies are PG-13, like Airplane and Spaceballs, which are both far superior to this movie. Even Robin Hood Men in Tights and all those classics. Loaded Weapon.
Yeah.
Hot Shots Part 2. Yeah.
Top Secret.
They're all Top Secret.
You're listing a bunch of movies. Did you like the Naked Guns before? But not talking about this one, but did you have a history of
I like the first Naked Gun. Yeah, I liked the first Naked Gun. But I was a kid when I saw it. You know, I had never seen fart jokes before. Like, we didn't have Family Guy and Simpsons on TV. Right. We didn't have like that humor. Like, you could literally turn it on any day, it'll be on. So with these cartoons now that have come out, The Simpsons and all that have been doing this type of humor, like referential,
random
like,
cutaway gags.
Humor. Yeah. They've been doing it forever. So you got American Dad, you got like all the Seth MacFarlane shit. Yeah. So they've kind of saturated the market for this. So where like the shock value of it when you were a kid, where you'd only get this in a spoof movie like this. So I mean, they haven't made a big budget Hollywood spoof movie in a while. So I thought they would really swing for the fences, and I found it to be kind of tame. Yeah. I didn't think it was not funny. I thought that there was some laughs in there. I just didn't think it was funny. It was somewhat funny, but like it wasn't like I wasn't like I remember when I saw Borat in the theater. I said this in my review. I literally couldn't breathe. Yeah. I was just like I had to like come up for air. I had to watch it immediately because I know I missed shit.
Yeah,
I know I was laughing so hard. Yeah. I know I missed like at least like 5 minutes of the movie. Yeah. So that was not the experience I had with this movie. So as a comedy that everyone's kind of being like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I don't see that, but I think it's nice to see a spoof movie, even if, you know, it's like, it's kind of tame. That's all I'll say.
Anthony, did you feel like the laughter stepped on some jokes that you didn't get at all?
Maybe at times. I don't. So the audience was laughing. I don't think the audience was dying laughing. So I do agree with Ruggs that I could, for the most part, pick up every single thing. But I also knew coming in from just hearing very brief clips. I didn't want to get spoiled, but from hearing very brief clips that they were going for it in terms of everything. Every time you looked, they were going for some sort of visual gag or joke or innuendo or pun that would make you laugh. So I was trying to find everything and stay on top of it.
What do you think was the funniest part of the movie?
Before we get to that, let me give my opening thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Floppy John.
So, look, if you listened to last week's show, I was very excited to see this. You know, I watched the trailers. I do enjoy the Police Squad and the first Naked Gun. I really like
just the first one. Wait, give us your history on Naked Gun.
I've watched all of them, and they get sillier and kind of they're not, the second and third aren't as good as the first one, of course. But the first one's fantastic. Leslie Nielsen is master at deadpan delivery. All right, so I took my sister. I was like, because she does stand up comedy. I was like, do you want to see this? I bought her a ticket. We even primed ourselves beforehand. I took some edibles. We watched some stand-up comedy. We were watching clips of Police Squad. I was ready to laugh. So we get to the theater. I saw this Thursday night. There's maybe like 15 people total in the theater. So I was like, oh, nobody's coming out to see this. Okay. So we're watching the movie. I'm laughing. I'm giggling. The majority of the people that were there were laughing at everything. And the movie ends. And I turned to my sister, and we were both like, you know what? That was just okay. I don't know. It's really weird because right afterwards, it was funny. I really appreciate somebody made a movie that in the theater like this because I want to see more. And it's all there. The ingredients are all there. I thought, you know, the sight gags, the wordplay, the deadpan.
Something didn't work.
Ridiculousness, right? Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson, they have great chemistry. But there was something missing. I felt a little disappointed at the end, slightly underwhelmed. And Liam Neeson did a great job, but it may have been that he can't do what Leslie Nielsen did. But, and I also thought, Ruggs, you were right, it was pretty tame. And it's a weird thing for me. It was like both too similar to the first movie. There's a lot of the same things. And I wanted more jokes, but I also felt the best bits were spoiled in the trailer. And I feel like if you're going to put those bits in the trailer, you better have more funny shit in the movie. And maybe they did. Maybe I felt like I wanted more because,
well, yeah,
the whole opening is hilarious, but it was all in the trailer with a little bit of extra things. But I laughed, but I saw people going, I'm crying. I was in tears. My sides hurt. That's what I wanted. I didn't get that. We could talk about the joke hit to miss ratio. A movie like this that has got 100 gags, they're not all going to hit. I want to know what you guys think the ratio is. That's part of the nature of these kind of comedies. And even though it was only like an hour 25, there were parts that it was dragging a little. I was like, "Where's the joke?"
Felt like I was checking my watch a few times in the movie. I did think that it was really tame. I think that, like, even if you look at Spaceballs or Airplane, or even the first Naked Gun,
I rewatched
the jokes were a little edgier.
Yes,
like I think that people are afraid to do edgy jokes because, like, of a cancel culture, and everybody's now like a social justice warrior.
But
so you can't even make jokes in a movie, and people are going to boycott it. So, or it'll be a thing on the internet that they made a joke about something. You
gotta walk a line.
So now, now they're a lot more. I've seen Family Guy episodes that are way more racy than this movie.
Yeah, South Park. So, look at what South Park is fucking doing.
They got Trump's dick hanging out.
There is a racy part. We'll get to that. However, I want to talk about some of the bits and what you thought was funniest, because, like, afterwards, when I started thinking about it, it was making me laugh. But, like, I don't know. In the moment, there was just a quality. There was something missing. I couldn't put my finger. But that's a good question.
Maybe you hyped yourself up too much.
I think that's also part of it. I think I got too excited. I think the trailers spoiled a lot. Because, a good joke, the first time you see the joke is, like, the best. Now, there are comedies that I can watch over and over again and still laugh. But the first time you see a good joke it means the most. So a lot of the good shit was in the trailers. There was some extra good shit. Let's start with Rug Boy's question. I think that's a good place to start. What did you think was the funniest bit in the movie? Anthony, let's start with you.
I'm having trouble figuring out which one I thought was the funniest because they were coming a mile a minute. Yeah. And I did laugh at things, but I'd have to really think about it.
What sticks out?
The one that's coming to mind right now that made me laugh, or the few ones that are coming to mind, are when he accuses the guy, and this might have been the trailer, so if it was, my apologies. But when he goes, "Oh, man's laughter must have been a good joke," or something like that. Yeah,
and it's fucking Buster Rhymes.
Yeah, so that one I thought was good. I thought the Coke or the coffee gag was funny at times, especially when he's driving the car and a coffee cup comes in. I thought that one was pretty funny. Yeah. There's one part where he says, "Sometimes I have an itch to scratch, and I scratch it until it turns red, and then I scratch it till the skin bleeds." And I was
the
like,
"Doctor makes me wear a mitten," he said.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. Yeah. There were some other things that are funny. It's just hard for me to remember all of them because I was trying to absorb the movie and be in the moment and to think about because there's so many fun scenes that they're going for that laugh. It's hard for me to digest all of them and be like, okay, which ones made me laugh? Like, I would have to sit there and almost write it down. And at that point, you're missing what's happening.
Well, I've written a bunch of bits, so I'll remind you of some other ones. But in a movie like this, like, the plot doesn't matter, right? It is the gags. It's the bits.
It's the plot device.
Loosely connected. And then you have the actual plot device, which was kind of funny. So, and that's...
Oh, I have one more. I thought it was clever I liked when they were together and they did the whole bit where they're falling in love and they did the incantations.
Oh, you like the snowman bit, huh?
I like the snow bit. Okay. I like the snowman bit when he turns evil.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny.
I think that's my favorite part, and they gave it away, this gag, the cooking dinner gag.
The heat vision
when the dog comes in.
That was funny.
That was funny. That was like when it got edgy.
Yeah.
That's the edgiest thing in the whole fucking movie.
He's doing the doggy style.
But that's like an Austin Powers thing. They did
They copied that, and I ate it up in Austin Powers, so I knew I would like it.
And the snowman bit it was like a mini movie. That's like a Family Guy episode. That is like a cutaway random gag that just goes on and on.
Right. That was very Family Guy.
So Ruggs, what stuck out? What else stuck out to you? Oh, you already said yours, right?
Well, I think that. I don't know why, but when the car's getting picked up by the fucking thing, and the claw drops it,
they're like,
and I thought that was funny.
There also has a great line there where he shows up and he's like, "Oh, he drove off the road." Paul Walter Hauser goes, "Drunk?" He goes, "Just a little, but I should be okay." It's like, is he drunk? I think one of the funniest things to me is right after that Busta Rhymes man's laughter is the whole body cam bit where he's watching it and he's eating chili dogs. He's got to find a bathroom. And when it gets to the point where he's just like, don't do it. And you see another chili dog. And then Busta Rhymes is like, oh, don't do it, man. And then he eats it. And Frank is in the corner and goes, I had 5 more that day. I was fucking dying. I was like, that's hilarious. I love the coffee gag. That is like Airplane to me.
That's funny.
Just throwing it away. And then she gives him coffee. And then she takes him away. And he brings him even larger coffee cups. And then there's coffee everywhere. And he's driving. And even with the owl, he's on the owl. And someone hands him a cup of coffee.
You know what I liked was the windshield gag when the windshield went back on.
That was kind of funny. He shoots out the windshield, then runs through balloons that get sucked in, then hits a bee hive.
The bees, and he goes, oh, the bees.
And then these people are carrying a windshield, and the windshield goes right back on, and he's trapped inside the fucking car.
That was funny. See, that had our audience going pretty crazy.
There was 2 other conversations that I thought were funny. Was the Buffy conversation?
Yes.
And then there was, what were they talking about? They were talking
Black
about
Eyed Peas. He loves Black Eyed Peas, and he loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Apple.
Yeah, I love the line. Okay, now you're jogging my memory. So the Buffy stuff with the TiVo and all that, like that was all great. Yeah. And then the line with the Black Eyed Peas, where he's like, as the Black Eyed, he's talking the evil villain talking about the club and how all these rich elites can get in there, and he goes, as the Black Eyed Peas would say, they could get retarded in here.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That was funny.
He's like,
that was funny. That's probably the other edgiest thing they
said. Like, don't forget Fergie. I would never forget Fergie.
No, them saying that line is probably the edgiest thing they said. But I do agree with Ruggs. They could have pushed the envelope a lot more.
They really could have. And so,
like, they don't make rated R gag comedies. I mean,
the last one was like Borat Hangover in the early 2000s is kind of.
Well, the original R-rated movie like this is called Kentucky Fried Movie, and it is the most racist.
Yeah, you can't make that movie.
Misogynistic, all out there movie you've ever seen. But it's got a lot of this type of humor in it, like where there's gags and stuff like that. But they haven't made one since that.
Well, let's go through. Like, the opening bank heist gag was funny. A lot of it ruined by the trailer, but there was the little extra bits that right away tell you what kind of movie you're dealing with. Like there were bowling balls, the dummy he uses and he throws. He just bites the gun like it's chocolate, and the patty cake to finger guns, and then he shoots it. Like, it's so silly. And I love the plot device that stands for primordial law of toughness. Now, the OJ joke, I really wish they didn't put in the trailer. That joke is hilarious.
That would have been great.
Yeah,
and I thought
they blew a lot of their good jokes.
I thought there would be more OJ jokes. And I was like, this joke is great, but it's just not funny. So this is what I'm talking about. The hit to miss ratio for me was kind of like 50-50, maybe even 40-60.
Yeah, I'd say 50-50 is a fair.
Yeah, because they tried to do, Leslie Nielsen has that great line in Airplane where he goes to the stewardess and he's like, stewardess, we got to get these people to the hospital. And she goes, doctor, a hospital, what is it? He goes, it's a big building with a lot of people, but that's not important right now. Like, that shit is funny. So they do a similar one where Frank is like, you can't fight City Hall. And Paul Walter Hauser goes, yeah, it's a building. And I was like, I see them trying, but I don't know if that worked. The other line I really loved, and this was in a clip too, where he goes, I'm still traumatized by the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. She goes, that was 20 years ago. He goes, not for me. It's fucking funny.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Did he just see it?
He means he's watching. He's still watching.
He just.
Oh, the Miranda rights is funny too.
I have that here. Hold on. The Miranda.
It's Carrie who writes. Miranda's a lawyer. Charlotte isn't arguing.
Samantha's a whore. Miranda rights.
Here's the thing about this movie, and I have a question after I make this statement. If you go in and know what you're walking into and want to laugh, like, it'll still kind of entertain you.
Yes.
It'll still there's still things in there that make you laugh. It's just how often are you laughing in comparison to what they're trying to go for?
The thing is that it's a short movie, and even at the short movie, I was like, okay, I'm looking at my watch.
I did check my watch 40 minutes.
So like that's not good.
That's not good. No. It shouldn't be like that.
So you should not be you're checking your watch in the movie this short.
Well, here's my question. Liam Neeson, when they casted Liam Neeson in this, I went, really? Like, Liam Neeson doing this? So inevitably he's going to get compared to Leslie Nielsen. The names are so
similar.
Is that why they casted Liam Neeson? Anyways, how do you guys think he did?
I mean, I thought he did. Honestly, I felt like he might have been trying a little too hard. Like he could have pulled it in a little and made it more deadpan. So some of it was good, his deadpan, but some of it, I don't know. I think he was trying too hard. Ruggs, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if he was the reason, but I think that he could be.
Yeah.
That's like a nebulous thing. I can't really put my finger on that one. I just knew that something was off, and I don't know exactly what it could be.
I would agree with Ruggs that I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I thought he was good with what he had to do. I think casting Liam Neeson in that role brings inevitable, I don't know what the word, like headcanon of
baggage.
What he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard to disassociate the guy from Taken and fighting a fucking wolf.
He's got a crazy career.
Now be this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's an interesting casting.
He went from Oscar Schindler, Oscar nominated,
right,
to Qui-Gon Jinn. Then he's Ra's al Ghul. Then he's taken old man action movies, does a bunch of those. And now at 73, he's trying to start a comedy career. He's kind of done everything.
Did you do any research? Was this something he pursued? And it felt like this was something he wanted to really do.
I don't know. From some of the articles I read, it seemed like the Seth MacFarlane and those guys really wanted him, and he did kind of want to do it. He's worked with Seth before in Ted. There's a great scene where he's buying the Trix cereal.
Oh, I love Ted. Yeah. I love the first Ted.
Yeah, the first Ted's great. I don't know, is that in the first or second Ted? Does anybody know?
I don't think he's in the first
So it might
Ted.
be the second one. He's buying Trix cereal, and he's all serious, and Ted is the cashier. And Ruggs, do you remember this? He's like, Trix is for kids, but if I don't have any kids, is it okay if I buy this? Like this whole conversation. and then Ted's like, yeah, man, I don't give a shit. Whatever, do whatever you want. And he's all serious. And that was great in a small dose. It might have been this like extended.
Yeah.
Because it kind of peters out by the end.
Who would you cast that wasn't Liam Neeson?
I don't know. Who does good? He does good deadpan delivery. That's the thing.
Like, what about Conan O'Brien?
You know who? Okay, I did do some research. So I just read an article about Zucker, one of the Zucker brothers, talking about he's not going to watch this, and he said basically they didn't ask me to be involved, but he goes, I wouldn't have done that. What they do in the movie, he had an idea when Leslie Nielsen was still alive to do a sequel about a 30-year-old son Frank has with him in there, and at one point Ed Helms from The Office wouldn't be considered to be cast as Frank Drebin. Oh. He would have been all right. I think it's a little younger.
What about Steve Carell?
Carell might have been able to do it. But
I don't know if Carell has the deadpan part.
Right. The beauty of this, what they did is they would get legit drama actors and just make them say it and do ridiculous shit. That's the gag. Right.
The person I'm thinking of as I just looked at comedian or comedic actors was Owen Wilson.
Oh, he might have been able to do it. But I think you do. I think they were right in going for someone who's not known for a comedic performance, because Leslie Nielsen was not a comedic performer.
Right.
And that was, so it is. You got to get dramatic actors. You make them say ridiculous shit, which they did.
I got to get this out of my system now because we're already 30 seconds from talking about it. It's going to be relevant later. Yeah. My favorite line in the first Ted is when the Ted is walking around in the alley and the people are about to rob him.
Yeah.
And they go, "Are you alone?" And his immediate response is, "Well, one is never alone when you're with Christ."
That's such a Family Guy thing. Dude,
I say that to people to this day.
The Ted TV show that was on Peacock, it's really fucking funny. I was really impressed. They did a good job. I would watch that. It's hilarious. It's just like the movie.
One thing I was thinking of as we were talking, as I was watching the movie, as I went, who sits down and writes all the jokes? Like, who comes up with this?
Yeah, I mean, they just because
it's so quick.
Yes.
One after another, and it's just like I said, sight gag, good joke, innuendo,
background gag, wordplay. So I read this article with Akiva Schaffer, and he was trying to figure out what to do with the romance montage. There's one in the first movie; it's hilarious, but he didn't know what to do. He wanted to put one in, and he's like, "I fell asleep in the middle of the night. I got this idea for this snowman." Because of Jack Frost. And he's like, I've never seen Jack Frost, but I assumed it was a horror movie because the snowman is very scary. So the snowman bit for me it went a little long. It was okay. I don't know. There's the Beth Davenport when she first shows up. Like I was waiting for the please take a chair bit, and it's a little different. It's funny in the trailer because she right away takes it, but she's like, "Oh no, thanks. I got plenty of chairs at home."
Then later, you know what? I will take that chair.
Just knocking shit over. Okay, that leads to the other funny bits where his inner monologue. Every time he saw her, he's like, she had a body that carried her head around and a bottom that would make a toilet beg for the brown. That was great.
That line got
and then
me.
the second time she walks down and she walks into the column, which is exactly from the first movie. But he's like, and a butt that seemed to say, "Hello, I'm a talking butt." This is the other line.
Wasn't there a monologue part where like he's monologuing and then everyone's monologuing?
Everyone's behind him and you hear all of them. And he's like, "Fellas, try to have a moment." That was pretty funny too. That's the thing. At the time, I didn't think I wasn't laughing, but when I go back and I think about these things, I'm like, there's a lot of funny shit.
Then you look in the background and it says cold cases and it's a fridge.
Yeah. The other sight gags were in the police station. They're arresting like these two kids with a lemonade stand. That was kind of funny.
The photos that the photo shoot one guy's taking.
Yes, there's like, a photo shoot, a fashion shoot in the background.
But it was that's the thing. Those jokes were so fast.
Yeah.
And you blink, you miss them.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know. Yeah, it is one of those things. Sorry. Yeah. And then you can continue. Where I'm laughing now, but in the moment I wasn't I was laughing, but I wasn't laughing as much as like all the reviewers that I respect and follow are all like, this is amazing. Yeah. Like you're going to laugh like you've never laughed. Like this is so good that it's back in the theaters. And I wanted that. Yes. And I went, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's fun that's here, but I'm not laughing. Like
I agree.
I'm not, I remember the first time I saw, and people have their history, their own history with this franchise, and some think it's more funny than others. But the first time I saw The Hangover in the movie theater, I was fucking bowled over laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And I wanted that. And I was not, it wasn't even close.
Yeah. No, I agree. I was like, there's a lot of hyperbole.
Like, when I saw Analyze This in the theater, I was fucking dying laughing.
Borat is a perfect example. That movie, I'll cry every time. But there's 90%. There's a lot of hyperbole. I don't know. I was like, I saw that? I'm like, did I saw the same movie? The fuck is going on here?
Right.
But look,
go ahead.
So the beaver makes an appearance. One of the best gags from the first Naked Gun. Look at how racy this is. 1988. It's PG-13. Priscilla Presley goes up a ladder, and Leslie Nielsen, directly looking up her skirt, and just goes, "Nice beaver." And you're like, what the fuck? And then she goes, "Thanks, I had it stuffed," and passes this beaver down to him. This is so funny. There was nothing like that in here. The beaver does make an appearance. I was like, there's the beaver. But when we
where was the beaver?
It was sitting in like the guy's office, the bad guy's office. I saw it. I saw the beaver somewhere. So, Danny Houston playing this dude Crane is kind of like an Elon Musk. His plan is to have this device, the plot device that releases a signal, makes everybody feral and kill each other. Very similar to Ricardo Montalban's plan in the first movie, mind control bracelets. But there was some funny exchanges. And several times he goes, "Lieutenant Drebin," and he goes, "Me too." Frank goes, "Me too." And then the machine is doing something with sperm counts. I didn't understand that. They're sitting in front of smoke.
It's a red light therapy.
Yeah. There's smoke coming out.
What did you think of when they're in the club and Pamela Anderson tries to distract everyone? So she's just up there like jumping.
That was
like skibidoo.
That was pretty funny.
And then fucking the villain's just like, "This is great."
He's like, "All right, look at this jazz," and she's just like, just making noises. And
she's like, "Play me." What did she say? Like, "Play me a beat and make it extra lumpy." They all look at each other like, "What the fuck?"
Make it extra lumpy. And then they cut the montage of Frank in this ridiculous fight where he rips the arms off. He's knocking a guy with her singing. Like her scatting was kind of funny. It was just ridiculous. Some of the other lines when he's talking to the bad guy, Crane, and he's like, suspects something foul. Frank's like, "No, a chicken probably couldn't do this." It's so stupid. And then he goes, "Do you know men's sperm count is down across the board?" And Frank goes, "I never put my sperm across the board. I have a Bon Jovi t-shirt for that."
Yeah, that's a good. And
then again, it's similar joke in Naked Gun where he's offered a cigar. He goes, "Cigar?" Frank goes, "Looks it to me." And in the first movie, the guy goes, "Cuban?" And Frank goes, "Actually, Dutch Irish."
So do you think it was just that, Like we're laughing now. Right. What do you think it was?
I don't know.
Just not enough, not pushing the envelope enough, not enough memorable jokes.
Yeah, like
too many, too quickly. I don't know.
But at the same time, I wanted more funnier jokes, right? Like the ratio could have been better.
I think it was a little too safe.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that was they had one bit that went, two things that they did that were a little bit edgy, and everything else was kind of like, you could see it on TV. And we've seen a lot of this stuff on TV. That's the problem.
I think that's a good point. I think Family Guy has ruined a lot of this kind of.
Well, I definitely, one of the hardest laughs I had is when the guy has the heat vision goggles and it looks like he's fucking the dog from behind. The dog is looking at Pamela Anderson's crotch, and the guy just cut back to the guy. And he's just like, I don't like this.
He's like, oh no, I don't like this. Yeah, she's the cleaning the oven is the blowjob, and the baster he's squirting, and then the dog's licking the baster, and then he's petting the dog. And I don't like this. A couple other things. Again, what you drugs with the board meeting where the guy just goes, fish people, merman. And then it comes back and the guy goes, crab hands. And he shows the photo. And that one guy's like, I've seen that person. The guy's like, cut it out. It's so stupid. The Cody Rhodes smashing his face bit was all right. I don't know.
He had one good line, but the smashing the face bit was, whatever.
Well, I don't even know who was that one guy? I didn't get it. Oh, how about when he's coming up with their name and he's like, this is Mrs. Cherry Roosevelt Fat Bozo Chowing Spaghetti. That was her name.
It was all right.
Yeah, he kept on calling her Spaghetti.
He goes, can I speak freely? She goes, I prefer English. And then he gives her Bill Cosby's wine collection. That was funny. It's just like
Bill that was good. The Bill where the whole that bit where he goes, it's from Bill Cosby's personal wine collection, and she the gulp she does as she's back out. Yeah. That was fucking funny.
So another thing I did like, so the original series like spoofed procedurals and crime movies from like the 70s and kind of the 40s. This one, the Mission Impossible spoof bit, which was the fake confession room inside another fake confession room inside a third fake confession room.
Yeah, that was.
They're like, did we get all that? And then the walls come down 3 times. That was kind of clever.
Maybe that was also missing too, is I didn't get enough of the sense that what they were spoofing.
Right.
I felt it was more tribute to the other 3 rather than something original, like taking movies that are coming out now and spoofing that.
It could have been more of that. In fact, Akiva Schaffer himself goes, this is an impression of a Naked Gun movie. And that's what it came off as.
That's what it felt like, yeah.
But instead, it should have been spoofing the amount of police procedurals we have gotten since then. But the plot, a lot of it was very similar to the original Naked Gun. So it was a weird thing.
I would have spoofed like a lot of the older one-man show things that we're getting now, where that's like this guy that's inconspicuous is beating the ass of everyone. Like you're like nobody, the John Wick, like all that
Equalizer,
type of stuff.
Even his own Taken would have been fun spoof if he did a spoof on that,
Yeah, that's such low-hanging fruit that they didn't even spoof Taken.
Yes.
They should have really spoofed a lot of the things that he's been in.
Yeah. I think when they take a direction like Austin Powers, for example, doing all spy movies.
Right.
And not only that, but ripping on England and just all of that stuff. It works better, I think. I think it's tighter.
Yeah.
And you got cool names like A Lot of Vagina.
Oh, yeah. There's a guy in the first movie. His name is a bad guy. Last name is Papschmear. Mr. Papschmear. Yeah. How about the New Year's balls and the device being in the balls?
And his butt.
And then it comes down and his pants come off. And the guy is like, well, since they're blurring this out on television, let me try to describe it to you. And he's like, he's got pasty legs. And then he goes, then we turn to the middle, which is magnificent. What did he say? He's like, it's a kielbasa set for a Kaiser. And then he goes, a loaf of bread with an afro wig, real quick, as the cuts away. Well, Frank's got a big dog. I did enjoy Paul Walter Hauser kicking those kids into the vending machines.
That was fun too. Him
fun.
beating up kids. That 1 second that he does it was great. You should always beat up some kids. So and
then that last fight scene is a little silly where he doesn't like everyone's coming. He's targeted. He doesn't want to shoot them, so he's using the 2 clips of the guns as projectiles and kicking them, and then he punches everyone in the balls in a line. And
how would you write all this down?
I wrote it all down.
During the movie?
That I remembered. No, afterwards.
Oh wow!
Actually, I found a stream online, and I was like, let me look at these bits again. And then when I looked at the bits again, I was like, okay, some of this, like, I legit laughed really hard again at that body cam part. The second time,
the body cam part is.
I was
funny.
like, that's fucking funny. Where he's like, I have 5 more later. It's so funny. But this is at a UFC fight, which I thought was a weird setting because they don't really use. They have that announcer who's like his wife is cheating on him and he can't get over it, and he keeps.
They do use UFC announcers.
Oh, those are real UFC announcers.
Yeah, not the guy that has the wife problems, marital problems.
And
they do use UFC fighters.
And then Frank sees the owl, which is the callback to the beginning where he's talking to his dad, and he's like, "Can you send me a sign? Maybe an owl or something? I don't know, whatever." And there's a fucking owl, and then the owl, and then this is where it just fucking gets completely silly.
The whole owl bit didn't work.
I didn't think that worked either. He's flying with the owl, kicking him off. Someone hands him coffee. And
it was one of those things where they're trying to incorporate Leslie Nielsen, and obviously he's dead, so you really can't. Yeah. So they did this workaround with the owl, and I don't know. I didn't find it funny.
No, and then it ends with them fighting, and it's done after one punch where he's like, "Ow, you hit me in the soft part of my belly. I think I'm gonna throw." And then it's just over. They turn the device off. Enya starts playing. And then he does, again, another great line where she's like, "Oh, Frank, you've made me a very happy woman." And he just goes, "Me too." It's so stupid. But I don't know. I'm really glad that this is in the theater and we can go see a silly fucking dumb movie. But even dumb humor is clever. There's some cleverness to when the dumb humor is done right. So.
Yeah, I think we summed it up. As we were talking about it, I think we summed up collectively what we thought were the jokes didn't land at the rate that they were coming at. I think that's 1. I think 2, it wasn't risque enough. And 3, I don't know that it had its own identity. I think it was more a tribute to the other 3, which is fine. Right. But because of that, it loses what's memorable about this? What are they spoofing? It's just, we're doing this, but 20 years later, 30 years later.
It's the same fucking thing. A lot of the same fucking shit. All right, well, let's give it a score here. Anthony.
That said, I did enjoy myself at the theater. I laughed. I'm probably going to go 6.5.
Yeah.
As my rating out of 10. And I can't rank it amongst the other 3 because I don't remember which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't.
Sure. Okay. Ruggs?
It's a movie. If you haven't seen a lot of these movies or been exposed, or maybe this is your bag, you love to watch these types of movies, then you should go see it. It's not a strong recommend for me. I thought it was just okay. I looked at my watch and short run time, thought it was a little too safe. 6.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed, but thinking about it later made me laugh. I don't think it's as funny as the first one. But I think it's probably funnier than the 2 and 3. I still think the first one is classic. Leslie Nielsen is master deadpan delivery. So Liam Neeson did his best. I'm also at like a 6.5. I think I would give this movie.
I have one ranking that I'll share for this movie as well. Of the, let's say, 4 comedies I've seen this year.
Yeah, what are they?
In the theater: Naked Gun, Friendship, Materialist, Phoenician Scheme.
Okay.
And Materialist is barely a comedy, but I'll just throw it in there. I would say I like this the most.
Oh, okay.
Friendship being close second.
Yeah, I'm surprised you like it better than Friendship because I heard that movie was pretty fun.
Friendship's pretty funny, but I like this one just as much.
Side note, your girl Celine Song, you know what she's doing next?
What?
She's writing a sequel to My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh,
so
wow.
A little rom-com comeback. So a lot of these old comedies, they're making these legacy sequels, but I would like to see an original. I would like to see somebody try this with an original idea. I don't know if it would work. It would probably just go straight to streaming.
What, like a Naked Gun parody?
I mean, or just
what made fun of the low hanging fruit right now would be superhero films, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They did a Fast and Furious one.
Right.
They did a superhero.
There's a superhero one already. Yeah. There's a teen movie one. There's a horror movie one.
What's the superhero one?
It's called. Somebody actually wanted us to watch it on the Patreon, and it is called. And I'd never heard of it. And it's hold on. It's called, what is it called? Oh, it's just called Superhero Movie from 2008. Oh, it's actually on Tubi right now. It's an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh wow,
that's probably too long.
It probably is. It's a superhero movie. No, it doesn't look like it's
the Fast and Furious one. Looks funny. It doesn't look funny, but it looks like Fast and Furious. What's that one called? Super Fast. I think it's called Super Fast. It's on Amazon, I believe. I've seen trailer for it.
It is called Super Fast 2015. Yeah. No, but again, I'm glad there's.
What about Deadpool Wolverine?
So
way funnier, right?
Yeah, I mean that's where a lot of the comedy is. I think we talked about this. Like,
I like Deadpool. I thought Deadpool Wolverine was funny.
That's a rated R comedy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
That's rated R.
It's rated R. But Barbie was funny. I think even Barbie was a little funnier in some of the gags. But that's where you're getting the comedy is in these like big IP movies, not just comedy.
What's your most recent favorite comedy?
Oh man, most recent.
I'm going to say Borat. The original Borat is hands down.
Damn, that's not very recent.
No, but I don't think after the 2010, like there has been maybe like
because everything's PC.
Maybe
after
Bridesmaids or that Joyride movie was kind of funny and racy. But after like the 2000s, like I can't think of a good comedy that.
As soon as the phones came out and people were talking and twittering and everything, and everybody started complaining about everything, they stopped making all these good movies. They stopped making like really, really funny like R-rated movies.
Is this Ruggs? Is this better than Happy Gilmore 2?
Oh,
that's a hard one, right?
I think it's tied.
I think it edges it out a little bit because that movie is way too fucking long, and at least this one knows its time limit here.
Maybe I'll give it to Naked Gun.
Right.
I threw in a random best comedies of 2020s, so I threw that in there.
See, Barbie's on the list.
The number one comedy on this list, which I don't know, I would call this a pure comedy. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh my God, that's not really a comedy.
I mean, the part where they're like doing weird shit to jump, I thought that was funny, but I wouldn't call that a comedy.
Yeah, it's not
Barbie
pure comedy.
Was number 2.
Interesting.
Palm Springs 3.
You know what? That's pretty good. Palm Springs, I like.
Palm Springs is funny. Bottoms 4. I've never heard that.
I've heard this movie is really good. Bottoms.
I will say the one we reviewed this movie on the show. I thought Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was funny.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah,
that wasn't bad.
Yeah. Nick Cage, Pedro.
Nick Cage.
Wasn't this is from the 2000s?
Yeah.
2020s.
Oh, okay. Superbad was before that.
You also have Theater Camp.
What about the End of the World? All the Seth Rogen movies are funnier than this.
That was earlier, but it is funny. I think those are funny.
When was End of the World? The World Ends or something?
I think it's just called
The End. Is it The End?
That was The End.
No.
With James Franco and everybody's in that movie.
This is The End. 2013.
Yeah. Oh, so that's 2010.
2013. Yeah. This is The End.
There's just been. I mean, there really up until this year.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a ton of comedies in the theaters in the 2020s.
No,
like the peak time in the 2000s was that early 2000s up until probably 2015 or so. That's when they were really cranking them out.
I'll tell you, this one's number 12 on this list, but I think it's really funny. It's R-rated. It's 95 minutes. Joyride from 2023.
I've never seen it.
It's all female cast led. It's kind of good. It's pretty racy. I thought that was pretty good. But some of these other ones, Polite Society, Fire Island, I don't really have it.
You know, the comedy that I'm thinking of that's the most funny is one we just mentioned. The Deadpool and Wolverine, I thought was funnier than a lot of the things I've seen.
I mean, all the Deadpool movies are hilarious. And I guess you can call that a comedy.
I would call Deadpool and Wolverine a comedy action movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Anything with Danny McBride is funny too.
Yes, that is true.
Alien Covenant.
Oh, was he in that? When was Tropic Thunder? That's another one that sticks out.
Oh man, Tropic
was
Thunder
hilarious. More like
that's
that.
2008.
Oh
I believe.
my god, yeah. The early 2000s had some solid comedies, and then I don't know what happened. The last 20 years.
You know what? I think what happened is that a lot of the good comedians or a lot of the comedies went to streaming.
Yeah.
Or they started thinking, we'll just put these on streaming because there's no audience for these anymore.
And I think these comedy writers aren't writing straight comedies. Like they want it to be more meaningful. So it'll be like a comedy drama or something deep with comedy in it.
Right.
There's just no.
Yeah, but if you look, okay, check this out. I'm just taking Danny McBride. Yeah. So Danny McBride is in The Foot Fist Way, Your Highness. Yeah. He's in, and then a bunch of other movies before that. And this is the end. And then all of a sudden, no more movies.
Yeah, what happened?
Like no more comedy movies. It's all TV shows. He's just got.
He's in Righteous Gemstones, and then what was that other one where he's the baseball player? That show that's just hilarious.
Eastbound and Down. And Seth Rogen, like he went to TV and he's doing that show about Hollywood.
Oh yeah, no, now he's making
The Studio. Yeah. That one episode of The Studio when they're doing fucking Kool-Aid is funnier than the whole.
Dude, The Studio. The whole season is fucking hilarious, but this is where these comedy guys are now. You're right. What is this?
I'm saying
I threw in the all-time worldwide box office for comedies. Let's actually click on the top comedy domestic because there's throwing some international films that we've definitely not seen.
Top comedy domestics. Oh, the number one stays the same.
So I'll read the top 10 real quick. Barbie.
Okay.
Comedy, but I wouldn't say pure comedy, right? 2024's Beetlejuice.
That's surprising.
Number 2.
Made number 2.
1990's Home Alone at 3.
Yes.
Meet the Fockers. That's a fun one. 4. Hangover.
Hilarious.
5. Hangover Part 2. Not as funny. 7. Bruce Almighty.
Very funny. 2003. Yes.
8. Ghostbusters.
There you go.
9. Beverly Hills Cop.
Classic.
And 10 is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire is fantastic. It's Robin Williams. Come on. And then you got Ted at number 11, which is also funny.
Yeah, if we want to keep going, you got Ted, Austin Powers and Goldmember, Wedding Crashers, Austin Powers.
These all domestic or what?
Yeah,
domestic.
Domestic top.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. I want to see that movie.
Kung Fu Panda. That's a good one. That's a porno. 22 Jump Street.
Yo.
Pitch Perfect 2.
Those are funny
Jump Street movies are very funny. They're kind of like this.
Liar Liar at 19.
Okay.
Tootsie at 20.
Tootsie's a great movie. Dustin Hoffman. It's fantastic.
So you can make money making comedy. I mean, they're really. I mean, when you compare to these, there hasn't been anything this funny. Well, see, I don't even think Barbie and Beetlejuice are as funny as the one. Like, even though they just came out of the most recently, so they're up there because of the money, the
box office.
Yeah, but look at the top 10. You have 4 movies from the 80s and 90s, and then
the 80s and 90s we didn't have global box office with China and stuff.
Right.
So this is all like the newer stuff.
And then the 2000s show up strong in this list also. And then the Barbie Beetlejuice is just like box office kind of anomaly. Beetlejuice is crazy, but that's just because of inflation. Whatever.
The Water Boy is on it.
The Water Boy is
Boy's fucking funny.
Bridesmaids is great. They got Rain Man as a comedy. It's weird.
Yeah,
that's not a comedy.
Waterboy's fucking great. The fucking
Blades of Glory. Oh, that's a fucking crazy ass movie.
You can make comedies and make money. We just we got to see what. I don't know. I don't think this movie's going to make a lot of money, but
no, this isn't going to make a lot of money.
It didn't seem like. But also, it's not the funniest movie of the year. It's funny. Just everybody calm down.